During 2018, what I consider the most major development has been the realization that sustainability is very important. It's certainly not new. People have been talking about it for a long time, but it's a way that has finally brought awareness, not just among the general population, but in the plastics industry. And the awareness is that you really have to do something, because the wave is coming whether you want it or not, and the question is what to do. The problem is that there is a lot of confusion among the regular population, not through the specialized plastics industry. So you have the plastics, the resin producers, the processors, the end users, the consumers, and the general population. So what do? We know that plastics are good in the right applications, but there are many different applications. Some are more critical than others, and really is, what are the options? What can you do both to, in some cases perhaps, replace plastics for something else, or have the best material for the application, and then what to do after their life cycle is over. In some cases, like piping, the life cycle is very long. If you talk about disposable cups, it's very short. And I expect that 2019 is going to be the year in which you're going to have very specific measures and cooperation among all the partners. Right now, you have new governments have been elected in Brazil and in Mexico, but they haven't actually taken power yet. And at the same time, there is some political and economic turmoil in Argentina. In Argentina, I think we have a reasonable stability, and I expect that the situation will get better in 2019 and then 2020. In Mexico and Brazil, initially we'll have the usual optimism that you have when a new government comes into power. And then we'll have to see what is the reality of what they will do. Because up to now we have seen both the electoral promises and the interpretation of what the new administrations will do. But the reality may be a little bit different. Well, about projects in Latin America, I think in principle you can say nothing much is going on. But then if you look at mainly Argentina, Brazil, and Mexico, you can say once the natural gas supply is assured, as it is going to be in Argentina, I would expect that someone is going to be building a new cracker. There are several candidates, and the company that actually does it may be someone from outside the area. Now in Brazil, one of the complications that you have now is, of course, a new administration, and also the presumed acquisition of Braskem by LyondellBasell. So those things can be on hold. One easy candidate would be an expansion of the Rio Polímeros complex of Braskem. But of course, they depend on having additional natural gas. In Mexico, it's a little bit more complicated because the demand is there. I think the investors would be there, but the problem is raw materials. And right now, I don't see any easy solution to that.